Perfect. Okay. Hi, Ina. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday evening, wherever you are. Hello, hello, hello. We've got people popping in that we recognize here. Everybody, if you are new to the training, welcome in. If you can put into the chat, if you're new, put one in the chat if you are new to Dubb. Also, industry and where you're hailing from and what you're kind of looking to get out of today would be wonderful if you have some time to throw that in the chat. So good to see the familiar names that I've seen before. But again, if you're new, put a one in the chat, and then we will say hello to you in just a few moments. This training, by the way, is always available Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. PST. We're going to do a basic look at the platform, and then after that, we do some live Q&A back and forth on the back half. One of the biggest things that we always focus on is the understanding of why we're doing what we're doing. So as everyone's putting this in here, let's see who we've got that's new here today. Renee. Hi, Renee. It looks like you're new. Let me come over to you really quickly. If you'd like to turn on your mic, you're more than welcome to, Renee. If you want to say hello and have a quick little chat before we begin. Hi, Renee.
Hey Rob, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How are you?
Awesome, I'm fantastic. Thank you. And thank you for the training. I super appreciate it. So not to dominate anything here. I'm brand new, just bought a ring light, make me look more young and beautiful since I'm not young anymore. um, and so yeah, just looking for to do sales pitches for executive recruiting via LinkedIn and email. Yeah, I'm sure like everybody else, super uncomfortable, at least in my generation, to get on a video. So yeah, so just looking for some best practices and pointers to be effective, because as you know, it's a lot of work. So just
Yeah.
want to make sure what I'm doing is going to make sense. So yeah, that's it.
That's great, Renee. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's
Thank you.
fantastic. Yeah, we actually have quite a few recruiters with the employment side, the employer side, the candidate side video is really the way to connect we found over the years, and we'll give you kind of the best practices as we move our way forward. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. We'll kind of address them. But welcome in, Renee.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Let's see if we got anyone new in here today. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Looks like so far that Renee is the only new person, unless there is someone new. Again, if you are new to Dubb, throw a one in the chat and we will come over to you to say hello. Okay, so let's begin. So one of the big ways we always start is with the why, because we got to understand the why. So let me come over here. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to take a look of what the why actually means. And that's the most important thing. Don't understand the why, we can't do the how. Okay, so let's start here. So this is one of the best slides that we always talk about here. Let me just show this here. Okay, so right here. So we look at macro trends, okay? The good. Always start with the good. The good is email and LinkedIn are still the top channels in terms of sales that people are trying to get a hold of people to do business. The tough part or the bad part is, as we see down here, is the prospects get about 125 messages per day on average. That's on average. So it's a very, very busy channel. It's a great channel and the pipelines are great. They lead you to where you want to go, but they're extremely busy. And the ugly slash really bad part of it is the automated AI is just making it worse because they're just being popped out at a clip that is very, very quick. So these channels are just so flooded. And again, they're fantastic channels. They're just very flooded. Now, as far as the opportunity that this makes for all of us, now these percentages here are really eye-opening in terms of how just important video is in trying to break through a lot of that noise that's out there. So if we look at the first one, 89% of purchasers were influenced by video. 89%, that's a huge number, just influenced by the video. 73% of consumers prefer a video to learn about an offering. So we live in obviously a very video-centric world where if someone wants to learn about something, they want to see that. So put it in front of them visually. And lastly, 51% rely on short form video to purchase. So a lot of the times that when we're looking at things, we want to get right to the point. I mean, getting to context has never been more important in the history of the world in terms of just time. How many times have you been scrolling online where you're starting to watch a video and you're like, oh God, in the first 5 seconds, I want to know what this is about. That kind of playful social stuff is really filtered into the business world in terms of wanting to get to the point quicker than normal. Back in the day when you're doing an elevator pitch, typically that elevator was going to go to the top floor and you got about a minute and a half. Now the elevator feels like it's just going up one floor. So we got to get to context quicker than ever. So the key with this is we want to differentiate ourselves in these channels because again, they're good channels. They're just very flooded, and we want to, really cater to the client's preferences, which is very, very important. So when we look at this next slide here, this is an understanding of where we were and where we need to go. So we look at here, sending generic plain text messages, one of the biggest old ways we're used to doing things on LinkedIn and email, those almost copy and paste type messages. The new way is going to be sharing personalized video messages instead. So same channels, just using video instead of the old way of just plain text. The other part is manual or automated text follow-ups, say text-based. The key is the new way is providing screen videos of value, where you're the bubble of knowledge on the screen and you're sharing either a document or a website that truly is bringing visual value to that person they can see and connect with. The last part of the old way versus the new way is emailing proposals and contracts as attachments to your email, like a PDF attaching it. The new way is sending videos that are trackable. You have video proposals and contract walkthroughs that are actually call to action buttons that live right below the video that someone can download from there. So instead of being attached to an email, much more convenient, much more efficient. And then this leads into the main point here, which is the Dubb growth cycle. Now, the Dubb growth cycle is all about prospecting. It's all about nurturing. It's all about closing. It's all about client comm. It's about content mining. It's about lead generation. So we have the 1, 2, 3, all the way through 6. When you think about prospecting, we break it down piece by piece. Prospecting is about what's that one-to-one video email look like? Well, deliverability is really good, and it really connects with the other person. You can also do email and SMS campaigns where you could record one video and send it to many. And why not have a booking link? A booking link page where someone can book a time in your calendar. These are all really important aspects of prospecting. Now, nurturing, you've got screen videos, you have automation, you have screen ads. Screen videos are where you're the bubble of knowledge on that page and you're providing visual value as well. And we're going to take a look at that in a little bit. Closing, number 3, document walkthroughs, testimonials, case studies. Our desktop app is a wonderful tool to use for this that we'll show in a little bit. Client communication, Zoom plugin. We have a Zoom app. If you go into apps on Zoom, you'll see Dubb app. You can play videos throughout your Zoom meetings if you don't want to keep repeating yourself. We have video email, obviously, we're going to show in a little bit, and project management. Content mining, testimonials, case studies, and reviews. Kind of the lifeblood of getting that business from when you've already done a wonderful job. Get out there and get those testimonials, video testimonials, get those reviews. And we'll show you how to do that in a little bit by using a little button called Reply with Video, which is really great. And then lastly, lead generation. We have a bio link within Dubb where you can have, it's almost like a little link tree within Dubb that we'll show you. YouTube videos. If you're on social media and you're creating content, that's fantastic. And social media video reels will give you best practices in terms of recording a video, but then how do you get that person out of the wild in social media and take them back to where they need to be, which is taking some action on your site. So we'll show you all that as well. Okay, so what I'm going to show now is we're going to break it down piece by piece. So the first piece that we're going to look at is going to be how do we connect with that one-to-one email, that recording? What's the best way to put a face with the name? That's one of the best ways to start. So I'm going to share my screen, and this is what we're going to be looking at in terms of the easiest quick win that you can get right away. So here is the Dubb dashboard right here. When you're logged into your Dubb account, this is where it's going to take you right within here. And we have a number of things within our dashboard. We have our AI writing tool, which is fantastic. We have all kinds of stuff, but let's focus on the recording, this quick win. So this is the red recorder camera up here. It's going to be your basic webcam recorder. We're going to click on this here, and it's going to open up our webcam. Now, again, this is putting a face to the name, and there's a couple strategies you can use visually that make this really, really important. So let's take a look at this really quickly in terms of what was sent out here. And this is a great example I like to show because it really shows the power of the GIF. So here's a video I sent out to Sarah. All I did was I used the webcam recorder, which you see right now. I had a virtual background behind me, and I had some text on top. So if you'll notice, there's some movement to the GIF. All I did was a little wave, a little point. This really brings it to life. And I have an image behind me because that's giving Sarah context. So when you're doing your prospecting and your outreach, we talked about one-to-one email in the growth cycle. This is a big part of it because when they click on this video, where does it take them? It takes them to a customized landing page. We call it a preset in Dubb terms. The video you recorded, playlist videos, button to take an action, all your branding. So it's about going from here to there. That's what you want. So when we're recording here, we want to get that quick win. We're going to send a quick video out from our webcam. Here's how you'd kind of copy that style there. You'd scroll down here, click virtual background, go to your photos, and just upload into this area some screen grabs that you want to have behind you. So again, with Sarah, all I did was just click that one there. So if you have a client that you're reaching out to, grab their profile, put it behind you, speak directly to them. You can also use a company's website. So right here, I can click here, and then I would just select this here, and then it's going to be right behind me here. So I could reach out and say, hey, this is Rob from Dubb. Listen, I checked out your Who We Are section on the site here. I can really connect with, and then get into the details there. But it's about giving them context. They see their site, they're part of it, they're interested, and then you relate your part of it to that. You can also share an article online. So within your industry, for instance, at the beginning, Renee, you mentioned recruiting, right? Well, maybe you want to share with the employers out there the importance of using a firm to really get the right candidates for your company. So this could be an article right behind me where that is talked about. In the title, it says why recruitment companies are so important for filling your candidacy vacancies. Something where it brings value and they have context. That's the whole point of having this behind you. So that's one quick win you can do right from your webcam, throw something behind you there, and you're ready to go. Another style that you can do is you can uncheck our virtual background, just be in the physical space, and you can grab the Dubb mobile app, which is right here. Show you what this looks like. Here's the Dubb mobile app. And there's a little button up here at the top, this little square button right here. If you tap that here, it's going to open up our typing area. And you can actually type in here a quick little message to someone. Now, this can be industry agnostic in terms of when it's someone's name. Hey, Rob, just want to send you this quick video. One of those deals. A little lean in, a little smile. Remember, it's all about that GIF, that repeating 3-second loop, and what's interesting and effective. One of those. So you don't want to be back over here. You don't want to be just stiff the whole time. And it doesn't have to be just the name. It could be, hi, Rob, and a quick little question or a statement. So within your industry, when you're reaching out to someone, this is a great way to make that connection with a one-to-one, like we talked about in prospecting in the growth cycle. Now, on the technology, when we talk about recording, we have a teleprompter available across all of the tech. So if I want to use a teleprompter, I'm going to click up in here. I'm going to look up my script that I have saved. There it is right there. And it's going to drop down. Now, the reason teleprompters are great is because if you're thinking about saying something in a very effective way, like really effective, like I don't want to miss these words. I have percentages I want to mention. I have stats, whatever it is. Why not have it in front of you and saying it in the best way possible instead of trying to go off the top of your head and kind of rabbit holing in different areas, which is very easy to do. We've all done it. So just give the teleprompter a quick little read, one through a little practice. Ways to make this look natural. Kind of use your hands a little bit, maybe a little head tilt, look away for a second, come back. This is all just practice. But the more you use this, the better you'll get at it. So from a physical perspective, arms length away, I'm going to read right out of the top line. I can control my speed right here. 190 is good for me. I can hit the play button, see if I like it, and then I can back the text off, or I can zoom in a little more. So when I hit record, I'm going to get a countdown, and this is kind of what this would look like. Hi, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and contact management to create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button if I want to take a break, and then hit resume if I want to keep going. If I want to delete the video, it's this here. It'll always ask you, are you sure? And if I want to save the video into the Dubb platform, I can click the blue check mark, and it will save it into Dubb. And if I want to close the teleprompter, it's right there. Now, the biggest thing we always say with this too, and this is the most non-technical thing you can remind yourself of, when you're about to hit record, do one of those, smile. So when they see that animated GIF, they see you smiling. Instead of waiting for it like this, start to get your smile going before it hits record, and then you're ready to go. Just something to remind yourself of. So that is the one-to-one. Those are two different styles. Virtual background, hold the phone up. With prospecting, which is part of our growth cycle that we just saw, that's a very effective way to do that. Now, in terms of the nurturing aspect that we talked about in the growth cycle, and number 2, right? We talked about screen videos. What are some great ways to do this? Well, let's look at a couple different ways here. So let's just say I wanted to share this article with someone. Now, this is a real estate housing market, but again, it could be any article that I want to share within my industry, whatever it's about, whatever value I want to share. If I'm over here on LinkedIn and I want to do a quick outreach over here to someone on LinkedIn, I'm going to use the same screen recording technology. So whether you want to reach out on here and share value with someone, or you want to share a website with someone, the Chrome extension is a great way to do this. So we're going to click this button right up here at the top. This is our Chrome extension. We're going to open it here, and there I am on the page. Now, the one thing you always want to do when you check these websites out that you want to share, what do they look like aesthetically? Okay. So if we scroll down this page here, a lot of text, obviously, but very hard angles. Like this is a big square rectangle up here at the top. So I don't want to be a circle. Just kind of doesn't fit creatively. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to change myself to a square. And then small, I could go medium if I wanted to. I could even go large. But the bigger you go, the more you cover of your screen. So we want to stay smaller because remember, it's all about that animated GIF, that first 3 seconds of the video. We want to be part of the story, part of the value that we're sharing. So when I hit record here, the only reason I'm hitting record is just so I can physically move myself. So now that I've hit record, I can move, okay? So I want to put myself in an interesting spot. So there's my title. I'm going to put myself right here. I'm going to close the extension, open it back up, and now I'm right where I want to be. I look like I'm part of the article. I kind of match the top line right here. My background color almost matches the background with the sunset as well, so it's kind of fun. So it looks like I'm part of the article. That's if I wanted to share this, okay? Now, if I was back over here on LinkedIn and I'm sharing some value with Ruben, I would click the Chrome extension, same thing here, but I'm not going to be a square because if we look above, right? What is Ruben in? He's in a circle. So I'm going to pop back over here. I'm going to change myself to a circle. I'm going to hit record so I can physically move myself. And then I'm going to put myself in an interesting spot. I could be funny and put it right over the top. You'd be really confused. I'll put it right here, right in the middle. So there I am. I'm in a perfect spot creatively. I'm the perfect shape, size. We're good to go. Now, I also have some cool functionality within here. When I'm first reaching out to someone from a prospecting, relationship, I would keep myself live in the bubble. But maybe if I'm nurturing after that, we kind of know each other. You don't have to be live. Maybe you have a bad hair day and you just want to use your headshot. You can click this button right here and you can just use your headshot. You can click it again and just do an audio walk through the page. You don't physically have to be there. I can also decide to use an annotation tool, which means I can draw on the screen. And if I wanted to use a teleprompter, again, we have that right here. I could just pull up a script that I have saved. I can click on my script. And then you obviously want to zoom yourself in on the text. If the whole script is showing, it won't scroll, obviously. I'm going to click scroll to right there. I'm going to choose my speed. I can adjust this one. This one's a little different than the other one. And I can also physically move this wherever I need it. Now, in this case, I have an internal webcam on my laptop. I'm going to move it as far north as I can. And if I want to use this teleprompter, I'm just going to leave a little bit of space between the internet browser and the teleprompter tab, because when I hit record, I've got to be able to tap it to bring it forward. So I can leave a little bit less than a gap. Mine's kind of wide there, but I hit record, tap it, and there it is. Now, I also have the ability, when I hit record, to jump to different web pages that I want to. So I could always begin recording on LinkedIn, right? And say, hey, Ruben, listen, I want to show you something over here on Dubb. This is really great. So if you have your tabs organized here at the top, I can actually click a tab and now I'm on a different page. So you can begin on LinkedIn or any website that you want, and then click on a tab and it will follow you over. So it has a lot of good power in terms of that. You also have the ability when you first start recording, like say I was reaching out to Ruben on LinkedIn, obviously, we want to think about our GIF. So what I would do is, hey, Ruben, this is Rob, saw your profile over here on LinkedIn. And again, what's that repeating GIF going to be? Me smiling, me pointing, and it's going to keep repeating that action. So Ruben's going to see that. He's going to see his page. There's a lot of value that's immediately brought when you do something like that. And then I can click the button down here on our menu bar that says full screen, and I can go full screen. Ruben, I saw your profile and there was something very specific I wanted to talk to you about. So from going from here to here, when you want to make points about something, is really powerful. And it works really effectively. So whatever you're sharing, you want to make a point or you have a question about something, you want to take over the screen, take over the screen to make the point, and then bring yourself right back there. You also have the ability, obviously, to move around, scroll, right? Now, you can also hit the pause button on the menu bar. Maybe you want to say the opening statement, take a break, say, okay, what am I going to say next? Where am I going to go? Okay, I'm going to go here, resume. So the pause button will end up being your best friend if you want to take your time and do that. The annotation tool is really great. You can come over here, you can do some underlining. You can use the arrow. The arrow is really a great one right over here. You can do some circling. You can do some text on screen if you wanted to. You can also do some numbering. And all of this here will stay sticky where it is on the screen. So if you want to keep moving there, you keep moving. If you want to delete them after you do that, all you have to do is hit delete and they're gone. So using this different functionality when you're sharing some websites to bring value, especially when you're in that nurturing phase, the Chrome extension is a great way to do it. So I'm going to hit the save button. It's going to save this video into Dubb. And as it does that, we're going to look at some customization as we kind of move along. So nurturing is obviously very important because it's going to bring you to the close. Now, one of the best technologies we have that the team created is the Dubb desktop app. So it sits right up here at the top. So if we click this here, we have a number of options. We could record a screen, we could do a webcam video, just like this. If I click webcam, I can do a video right here. I have the virtual background behind me, but I want to take a look at screen recording, okay? So we're going to click this right here, record screen. Now, let me just make sure our menus show up. Okay. Now, if you'll notice here, there's a red X through this. This is our border. So if I hit record now, it would be getting my entire desktop computer screen. If I click this, you'll see a blue square that just appeared. What that is, that's our custom background that we can create. So we can crop anything that we want to crop. Now, we mentioned in the growth cycle in closing, sharing documents and contract walkthroughs, right? Well, if you had a document pulled up on your desktop or a slideshow, you could crop around that exactly framed where you wanted it and be able to send it. So the desktop app is great for closing with those contract reviews and documents. Now I can also choose a different border. I could do 16:9 landscape. I could even do 9:16 if I wanted to do a social media video and use the vertical format. Just crunch my browser, crunch the document, whatever I want, throw it behind me, and now I've done a vertical video just like that from the desktop. I also have the ability to move myself around before I even hit record. Desktop app is very flexible. I have the virtual background behind me inside the bubble here. I can zoom myself in. I can back myself off. I can also adjust up, down, side to side. I can change my shape if I want to. So tons of flexibility with this. And I can even grab the side, make myself bigger, or make myself smaller with this. Now we'll also have the annotation tool if we want it. We'll have the teleprompter if we want it. If we want those, they are available, okay? Now, the big difference here between the Chrome extension that you saw and the desktop app is this. So I'm gonna hit record. Now I'm recording. So just like with the Chrome extension, I can pause and resume this recording, which is fine. But when I click the check mark, I'm not saving it into Dubb. What's happening is I've actually recorded a clip. So the desktop app records in clips. So you have the ability to drag and drop a video from your computer, maybe an MP4 that you have, drop it right in here, make it part of the story. If I hit record screen again, it's going to take me right back to where I was. And then I can just hit record. And now I'm recording a second clip. So what you're doing effectively is you're building on a clip timeline. All these little scenes are part of your eventual little mini movie that you're making. So when I hit the save mark here, now there's my second clip. And I can physically move these clips. I have the ability to change the order. So I could record the ending first, or I could shoot the middle. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be chronological. And I can move them around. I can also download or delete each clip and save the other one. So when I hit done recording, it's going to merge our clips all into one video. I have the ability to do a quick little edit right here. And then I can download the MP4 and I can upload it into Dubb. So a lot of flexibility. So within the Dubb growth cycle, when you get closing, this is a powerful tool to use to get those contract walkthroughs and everything that you need right there. Now there's a new feature that we've added to the desktop app, which is really neat. And it's record narrator video. So what that looks like is this. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to bring back the video that we recorded. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. So let me go back over here. I'm going to show you in 1 second. So let me pull this video up. I have it ready to go. Okay. So let's look at this here. This right here, remember this web page that we wanted to share? And we were using the Chrome extension to share it. We used right here. We clicked here and we were on the screen, right? We did it for our LinkedIn. We did it here. We're basically doing it live, right? Well, I could do the same thing if I wanted to with the desktop app. I could hit record screen just like we just looked at. I could do the same thing, okay? But the new feature that we added to the desktop app is our narrator video right here. So if I click this button here, it's going to bring me to my video library. I'm going to look up my narrator video that I recorded. And here it is right here, this video. So what I did was I just recorded a video right to my webcam. The very first way we looked at this on the growth cycle and prospecting, what's a one-to-one video, easy to make, right to the webcam. So all I did was use my teleprompter, read my script, focused on the content, and I recorded the video. Now by selecting this, now I can use this pre-recorded video as I'm scrolling around this website here. So it gives me the ability to just relax, use a pre-recorded video, and all I have to worry about is just scrolling around the page. And this is what it would look like. Hi there. I saw you were checking out some properties in the area and wanted to send you this market update so you can make the best decision possible. And I can pause if I want to. I keep going. I could use the annotation tools, whatever I want to use. So it's really just deciding, do you want to do it live, like we looked at when we first saw the screen recordings, or do you want to use a pre-recorded video? It's a nice option to have. We actually use this a lot with the stuff that we do. So that's called Dubb Narrator. Now, recording in general, the biggest thing that we always try to really focus on is obviously authenticity. And the key to authenticity is using the technology in the best way possible to bring yourself to light. Because we don't want to try to be like someone else. We want to be ourselves. And obviously, we're going to take tips from people that we emulate and look up to and take strategies. That's all great. But you want to internalize them and then bring it out yourself. So to be truly authentic, let the technology, like the webcam recorder that we looked at, like the screen recorder where you're the bubble of knowledge, bring your personality out through that and let the technology make it easier for you. Now, one of the things that we're on all the time is obviously our phones, right? We always have our phone on us, we're scrolling, we're doing stuff, and there's nothing more authentic than if you're walking around making a quick video for someone saying hello. Really makes a big difference. So the Dubb mobile app is something that I want to show you now because of how easy it is to not only use, but the authenticity of being on the move and saying what you want to say and being able to do it with really neat features that are attached to it. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to look at the Dubb mobile app, and I'll give you kind of the best practices in terms of if you have the mobile app. If you don't have it yet, download it from the App Store. If you have an iPhone, if you have a Android, you can do it from the Google Play Store. Okay, so let me share my screen here, and we're going to take a quick look at what this looks like. Okay, so there's the Dubb mobile app. Now, recording would be just like this. You're going to click the blue camera icon at the bottom of the screen. It's going to open up your webcam. So there you are. Now, we just added these little timers down here, and these are really important because they give you a lot of flexibility in terms of the length of your video. It's going to be defaulted for 1 minute. It was over on 10 minutes because I was recording something the other day, but it'll sit right here normally. It'll default to 1 minute. So just select the one that you want, and then it keeps you within that time frame. Maybe you want to make sure you're not going over 30 seconds. Well, you can do that if you select that. To record a video, you're just going to tap the button down the bottom. I have a 3, 2, 1 because I set this timer, which is right over here, a little countdown. But now you can see that I'm recording. You see the time up here, and you see the time down there. I can tap it again, and now I've just recorded a clip, and you can see that physical clip right here. So just like the desktop app, this records in clips as well. The mobile app was actually the original clip recorder. If it came first. So the chicken or the egg? Well, this would be the egg. So there it is right there. Now this clip has been automatically saved to my phone. So I have it. I have it on my phone. I can also tap this clip, and if I tap it, I have the ability to trim. And if I click the edit button, as I set this, I can add, we have a whole library of royalty-free music that you can add. You can do editing, you can add some text overlay, you can do some voiceover, you can speed up the action. So a lot of really cool editing features right from within each clip. I can also delete the clip by tapping the little X down here at the bottom. It'll always ask you, are you sure, if you want to delete it. And I'm going to record another clip really quickly just so I can have 2 clips in our queue here. Here we go. Each clip has to be at least 2 seconds. There's my clip. And the reason I recorded a second one is because you can physically move these clips. So I can just touch one with my finger, slide it here, and just change the order, just like you could with the desktop app. Now this button up here at the top, this is going to flip our camera around. So obviously if we wanted to record something physical in our space, if I was in real estate and wanted to flip the camera around and show our property, if I had a product or I was doing a site visit or I was out with clients, you can flip that around right there. This right here is our timer countdown. So I had this set before we began recording. Mine was set on 3 seconds. I can do 10 seconds if I want. That's just the 3, 2, 1 countdown. If you don't want that, you can just tap none and it will take it off. This right here, teleprompter on the mobile app, one of the best ones we have. So if you click in here at the top, I can search for my script just like we did before. And when I tap in here, I'm going to look for the script that I want. Let's see, I'm going to do this one here. And then I can, if I want to, pinch the text. I can make it smaller. I can make it bigger if I want to. I can also control the speed of this between 1 and 10. I can hit the plus or the minus. I can hit the play button to see how fast it's going to go. I can actually hit the little pencil icon if I want to edit the script. Maybe there's some changes I want to make on the fly. And when I hit record here, this is what it would look like in terms of speed. Arm distance here is pretty good, maybe a slight tilt to the camera. I'm going to hit record, and I could start reading my script at this speed. Now, if I want to change the way that I'm doing this, I can click the gear icon right here. I can tap this here, and I can use auto track instead of auto scroll. The one you're looking at right now is auto scroll. I'm going to select auto track, and this is what it would look like. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. No, wait, it's not. So all I did there was use auto track. It highlights my words as I'm speaking, and it's just another style that you can do. Play with both, see which one you like. I can also control how much of the script is showing with these two little directionals at the bottom. So if I find that my eyes are cheating and dropping down, I can move this up to get more disciplined with my eye line out of the top if you want to do that. If I want to close it, I'm going to tap the X to the right, and now my teleprompter is closed. If I want to add a video to my queue down here, maybe there's a video on my phone that I have natively that I've recorded that I want to make part of the queue, I can tap this little folder button, select the video I want from my photo video area, and put the video right down here, just like I could with the desktop app. If I want to record my screen, I can do that there. If I want to use filters, I can tap this right here, and you can go black and white. You can do different color effects, different tones, all kinds of neat stuff that you can do right from within here if you want to do that. If you want to go back here, select none to take that off, and then select the button again to close it. Picture in picture, one of the most popular ones. A lot of Dubb users use this so far. I can click this here. And if I was in real estate, this is a great one to use because I can move around the screen, like, hey, check out these shutters right here, or physically show whatever I want. If you're not in real estate, maybe you're showing a product that you have in front of you, maybe you're with other clients, you can really narrate your through something with you being on the screen as well. It's a really neat feature that we've just added. And then obviously if you want to close it, just tap it again and it's closed. Last one here is our virtual background. So when we opened up the training today, we saw the quick, hey, I remember when I said hi to Sarah, the coach, and I had Sarah's image behind me with the basic webcam recorder. You can do the same thing here. You can tap this button here and I can say yes. And then I can grab from my file folder on my phone any screen grabs that I have. Again, it could be an article you want to share. It could be someone's profile. It could be part of the company's website. Take those screen grabs, put them behind you, and now you can essentially do the same thing we just did in the beginning. Hey, this is Rob. I wanted to share this quick article with you. Hey, this is Rob. I was on your website and I was checking out your Who We Are section. I wanted to send you this quick video. So you have that ability right from the mobile app. And then when you want to combine these together, you hit this blue button at the top, you'll combine them all together, and then you can upload them into Dubb. So those are the different ways that you can really effectively record and really make it part of that Dubb growth cycle that we talked about in the beginning, right? It's all about that cycle. It's about the prospecting, the nurturing, the closing, the client comm, and these are all so important. So if we look at the fact that once we've gone through that, we've decided how we want to record use cases, right? Well, how do we record that? Now what we have to do is we have to take that video and we've actually got to customize it and put it on a customized landing page, which we call a preset. So this is the steps in terms of how we would do that, because it's one of, if not the most important thing once you have your video. So if we come back in here, let's go to our videos. There's our video that we recorded right here. And what does this thing look like on a landing page? What does the video look like? Well, if we come over here, open up here, there it is. So this is called a preset in Dubb terms. And what it's going to have is it's going to have your branding, right? Your logo top left, an image behind the video player, playlist videos. They're going to play right after the video that you've recorded. Now, what's the power of a playlist video? Well, if I was reaching out and said, hey, Ruben, listen, Dubb's going to increase your business 30 to 300%. Check out the next video that's going to play right after this. You're going to see the power of Dubb, what it can do. If you like what you hear, book a time with me below. So what you can do is record one video, one time, maybe 60 to 90 seconds, talking about what you do, your products and services, and that way you don't have to repeat yourself every time you reach out. So if you'll notice here in the playlist, we have our 2-minute explainer video about Dubb. So I don't need to talk about all the features of Dubb. I can focus on the personal. I can mention one or two good things that I like. They're easy to mention, and then reference the video that's going to play right after, and it runs right into it. We also have buttons below the video, obviously. These are called CTAs, call to action buttons. What do you want the person to do? Once they're done watching that video, they've got to do something. So in order of left to right, I would go the most important to the least, obviously. Book a time, probably one of the most important buttons in sales. But it could also be view a case study. Maybe you want them to visit your website. Maybe you want them to visit a site that's off there. Maybe you want them to fill out a physical form below. Maybe you want to link to an external form. Maybe you want them to download a document. There's a lot of options for your buttons. You just have to decide what are they and then put them in a nice order in terms of left to right. This button here, reply with video, is very important. So when we looked at the growth cycle, just really quickly, if we kind of pop back over here, client comm, content mining, testimonials, case studies, reviews. This is one of the best ways, the tech that you can use to gather this, okay? And it's reply with video. So if I wanted a video testimonial, I would make a video just like this. Hey, Ruben, thank you so much for using Dubb. We really appreciate your business. We would love to get a video testimonial from you. All you have to do is click the reply with video button below this video. You don't have to download anything. Just allow camera and mic access and let us know what was business like before Dubb, after Dubb, what have you enjoyed about our process? So whatever questions you would normally ask your clients to get a video testimonial, ask them in the video here, or you can type them in the description box below. And then when they respond back and they send you this video, you'll get a notification in video library, and you can just add it to the playlist right here. And this combination of having your evergreen video talking about what you do and testimonials where people can relate to that, when they hear them, they see them, it's really, really effective. So that's one of the best ways that you can do that. And if you're going to make a video about reviews, right, within your industry, hey, this is Rob. Listen, we thank you so much for your business. We would love it if you could leave a review for us. It means the world. It brings a win-win for both of us here. And then you would just have buttons below that are the review sites in your industry. And you just make sure the link to those review sites is right where they can leave a review. And the buttons would be below. So making a video and referencing these buttons, the power of the CTAs, is one of the biggest things you can do in terms of really gathering that kind of stuff. Now, as far as content, right? Creating social content. It's one of the things that we're all, if we're not doing it, we've got to be doing it, right? And one of the best practices we talk about with Dubb is doing a post, right? If I was recording in Dubb, if I was recording on my webcam here, and my post on social media was about testimonials, I could say, listen, I'm not testimonials, the teleprompter. Teleprompter is a wonderful way to connect, and I say all my stuff about the teleprompter. My one phrase at the end would be on all my social posts, click the link in the pinned comments below. And that link in the pinned comments below would take them to the landing page that we saw here. So when you're making these social videos, the best practice is make your video, right? Download the MP4, the original video, all the platforms like the original content video, upload it to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you have it, upload it. And just make sure when you recorded the video that you said, click the link in the pinned comments below. And that will be the Dubb link that takes them to the page here. That's the landing page, the preset, where they can take some action and get some more information. And they're not kind of stuck in the wild there on everything else. Because if we looked at LinkedIn in general, if we look at this here, let me go here, posts. Okay. Like some of these posts in here, right? Like here's a post I did about, superhero strategy here, right? With the name to the face. And then below is that link in the pinned comments. If I go comments, see that one right there? That's a link to our training. And I mentioned that in the video here. I said, check out if you have any comments or you want to check out our training, click the link in the pinned comments, and that's the link. And when you click on that, it leaves and it goes there. And that's where you want to get someone. So if you're doing social content, that is a great way and a great strategy to do that. Now, as far as the customizing goes that we were looking at, when you have a video that you have saved, okay, we want to think about our audience Because when we look at this page here, again, it's called a preset. It's got your branding, it's got everything they need, right? But if you think about your audience, right on this page here, there's a little button right here in the middle called presets. And if we click on that, there's a number of presets that we use when we reach out to our audiences that we're reaching out to. So if you're in recruitment, like Renee specifically, um, you want a preset for employers or preset for candidates, and you can then break it up in between there. If you're in real estate, preset for buyers, sellers, FISBOs, expireds, open houses. If you're in consulting, maybe you have one for, enterprise, one for small business, and then you kind of break it up from there. If you're in insurance, you can break it up. So when you think about these customized landing pages called presets, think about, are they speaking to that direct audience? And that's really what you want to focus on. Now, if you just got on a paid plan with us, if you just got on, you're on a paid account, we do what's something called an optimization setup. So what we would do is we would meet you in Zoom and we would help you set up your call to action buttons, your presets, get everything ready to go so you can get moving right out of the gate. A lot of you here that have had a Dubb account, you've had this experience, and that's really the setup that we're big on. Now, tracking with these videos, okay? You're going to send this video out. What's happening with it? Now it says no activity yet because we haven't sent the video anywhere, okay? Now, when we have, and we do, we'll have the ability to get all of this information if we want it. If not, we can uncheck the ones that we don't want. CTA clicks are great, page views, video views. So you'll know who opened it, when they opened it, and how much of the video did they watch? What's the percentage? Because 0, 50, and 100, obviously those are all different messagings, but you'll be able to take a smart action or pick up the phone and call them, knowing based on what they've done. You also have details on every video that you have in here. So I'm going to know what buttons are below my video, what playlist videos are in there, and I can change these. I can delete, change whatever I want. Even though I've already sent this video to someone, I can still make these changes and it will retroactively show itself on the other side. I can also do editing. If I want to do some editing on this video, I absolutely can. If I mess up on the editing or make some mistakes, I can just download the original up top and then I can just replace the video. So you're okay on that. Analytics. We have a little digital coach called Kyra. So when you make these videos, you're going to get feedback on your cadence. You're going to get feedback on, are you being repetitive? Are you using filler words? So this is a really good tool, whereas if you're on a team and you have someone that's making videos and they're doing very well, you could pick up something from their recordings in terms of how they're doing it, their strategy, their delivery, all that good stuff. It's a wonderful team teaching tool that's right there. So when you recorded a video, you've customized it, you've chosen a preset now, right? We have a preset attached to this video, right? And this one, it's my just preset right here. So it has buttons, it has videos, it has your branding. It's all ready to go. Now you just have to send this video out, okay? So as an example, over here, if we look at Gmail, now this would be an example of Gmail or Outlook 365 in terms of the integration we have. If you see the little Dubb symbol down here at the bottom, we click this button here, and I could record directly from my webcam right now if I wanted to. I could do a screen recording. I could upload. This is my video library, right? Here's the video that we just recorded. I would just select that video, put the email of the person I'm sending it to so I get that tracking, and then I could add some personalization text, and then I can insert the video. That would be one way to do that. The other way is if you're back over here, I can click this big blue share and send button. I'll click it here, put the email in for our tracking. I'm going to add some personalization text just so you can see what this looks like. I'm going to click copy for email, come back over here, and you can paste it right there. And that's what that would look like. Now, as far as best practices go, you want to have the word video in the subject line. Really helps with the open rates. Let someone know what's inside the actual email that's coming in. It's rare to see the word video, so it will stand out. And then you just want to have some text on top. Put that GIF in there. You can have a little bit of a paragraph here. That's fine. But you don't want to have too much written where the GIF gets moved all the way down the page. When they open it up, you kind of want them to see that right there. Now, if you're on LinkedIn and you're doing this outreach, right? Like if I was reaching out to Ruben, like we were looking at before, if I'm not connected with Ruben yet, I want to wait till I'm connected to send him a video, because if I try to send a video with the connection request, it will only show up as a link, not that nice animated GIF that we've seen. So I want to connect with him first. And once connected, I can click message. And then I can use the integration we have with LinkedIn, just like we saw with Gmail and Outlook. And I can select the video from here, or I can copy and paste and drop it in here. And then you'll see that nice animated GIF. That's what they would see, which is what you would want. Now, if you have a CRM that you like using, okay, or a third-party sender, like, MailChimp or something like that, you can click here to advanced options, optimize for, and then we have a whole list of CRMs like HubSpot, Salesforce, Go High Level, Follow Up Boss, that we have integrations with. Where if you really like your workflows, like your automations or your email templates that go out, you can just add video to that, and you can still using the CRM or third-party sender that you enjoy. Now, if I was, as an example, if I was logged into my, let's just say, Go High Level account, right? If this page was Go High Level, pretend it wasn't Dubb, it was Go High Level, and I was logged in, and I had my workflow open, my emails that I want to send out, but I want to add a video. What you can do is click the Chrome extension right here, go to My Videos. You can search your video library. Once I find the video that I want, I'm going to click Share, and then there's a little button here called Optimize For. So I could tap this here, and then it will auto-populate Go High Level. The reason it's not doing it right now is because I'm not logged in. But if I was, you click Optimize For, it would populate right there. You'd click Copy for Email, click OK, and then you can copy and paste it in there. And you get all the tracking that you need once you do that first CVS file, all the contacts from Go High Level into Dubb, sync the two systems, and then you have that ability whenever you need to send it. Now, if you have a CRM that, you may be looking to switch out of it, or maybe you don't have one, you can use Dubb as a CRM. So if you scroll down here to the left, you can click CRM. You can upload your contacts with a CSV file. You can do tasks and deals, all kinds of good stuff. You can also do campaigns within Dubb. So you can do bulk email and SMS. You can also do automation. So this is part of our Pro Plus plan. This is something that Darius teaches, where you can do automated workflows. Now, a lot of the bigger CRMs do have that, but again, if you don't have those CRMs, or if you're looking to switch out and you want to do automations, you can absolutely do that here. So this is where a campaign would go out. You can choose an if then, like what's the trigger? Well, if someone clicked on a button, that's going to take them down a different path. If they just viewed the page but did nothing else, if they watched the video. So all this is within our Pro Plus, and we can set those automations up. And again, that's something Darius teaches within that area. Also, the videos themselves have a QR code. Each video has, right below here, a QR code. So if you are doing any kind of physical mailers or anything like that, why not have a video that speaks directly to that purpose? If you're going to events a lot, why not have that there? Hey, it was great meeting you at the event. There's a lot of individualistic things you can do. If you're in real estate, have that sitting on the counter where you just did an open house, have it sitting right there. So you can always have that QR code right there if you want. Now, lastly, AI. Obviously, we've all used some kind of AI, right, at this point. Dubb obviously has its own versions of these things. So from within the Dubb dashboard, right here, is our AI writing assistant, Ira. And you can come in here, you can select task, whatever task you'd like. We have a lot of them in here. It can take you down the right path. Rewrite this copy is a good one. You can choose your industry right over here, whatever that is. And then I'll say, just as a question, what are the top just what are the top ways to invest? And then I can click multiple tones down here at the bottom. I chose friendly, humorous, informative, persuasive, choose your length, hit submit, and then it'll kick you back an answer. And then once you have the answer, you can go over this and make it your own. A lot of the times when you're in here, you say, oh, I kind of like that there. Stable and predictable, like your grandma's cookies recipe. Why is it saying that? Because I said humorous. So it's adding some humor in there. Now, obviously, you always want to give it a read to see if you want to add anything of your own. And then once you do that, you can import that over to scripts, which is right over here. And then you can use it for your teleprompter stuff. So the Ira writing tool is really, really popular. We have a lot of people in Dubb that use it. Now, the other part of our AI suite is right over here. And this is our avatar videos. So if you do want to use an avatar with your outreach, we created an entire library of AI avatars over here, which you can choose from. Or you can create your own. Just keep the headshot in the middle, description, shoulders, and frame. Put a description that you'd like, hit create. And then you would just choose a voice. And then you would pop your script right into here, preview the voice, and create the video. And then the creation does take a little bit of time. It's going to say creating avatar. You get a little line demarcation, says it's making progress. And then the use case that people have used so far is, an email campaigns that goes out. Maybe Ava is reaching out to someone on your behalf. Hey, it's Ava. Rob would love to speak to you. Click a time in his calendar below. Maybe you're doing a lot of YouTube content and you don't want to narrate someone through it. You'd rather have Ava narrate through it. You have the ability to use that. And then also you have the ability. Remember when I showed you guys earlier the desktop app? I went right up here and I said, hey, let's record a narrator video, right? Using a pre-recorded video where it was me before that I was doing it. Well, you can also use Ava to do that instead. There's my video that we looked at earlier when I talked about the market update. You can use Ava, select Ava, and I just put a script in there for Ava, and then I hit record and she's going to narrate through it.
Hi there. I saw you were checking out some properties in the area.
And then I can just scroll through. So you can use her if you'd like to as well. So those have been the use cases really for that AI. But at the end of the day, it's about deciding which technology you want to use when you're recording, what's the best use case for yourself, and then applying the proper preset, your branding, who it's speaking to, all that good stuff, and then finally sending it out. And then getting the lead generation, the last part of the Dubb growth cycle, you always want to make sure that you have things set up properly. So I'm going to share my screen again and just give you a quick example of this over here. So if we're in the Dubb dashboard and we're logged down here to the right, see where it says bio link? The bio link is a great little link right here. It gives you a setup of a lot of different things. You can have your Facebook, your LinkedIn. It's almost like a little link tree kind of within Dubb. And you have all that and you can update it right there. And it's great information for people to have. Lastly, the thing I'm going to mention here is about the partner program. So if you don't know about being a partner, all you have to do is click apply now. It creates this little referral link for you right here. And we do a 30% recurring commission on anyone that subscribes to Dubb. Now, if you have someone that subscribes through your referral link, that's 30% recurring, doesn't sunset, doesn't go away. Now, if you end up that person that subscribes, if they're like, hey, I love Dubb, I want to talk about Dubb, and they bring someone else in and they subscribe, you get an additional 10%. So it's a 30 and a 10. And if you have a bunch of people that, are interested in Dubb, just let one of us know here at Dubb. We'll come in, we'll do the pitch for you, present, and then obviously it's your referral link and you get paid. So, and if you're on a paid account with Dubb, you get 3 or 4 people to subscribe, and next thing you know, you've got a free account. So a lot of really good stuff. We have people making impactful incomes just by sharing that with other people. So that's the basic look at everything. Let's pop into the Q&A. Let's see if we've got anything in there. Let's look at the chat and let's kind of make our way through it here. Let's see. Okay. Renee, did that help at all, by the way, Renee? Did that help, those examples? If you can hear me, Renee, if you want to turn your mic on.
Should I speak or should I write?
Yeah, go for it. How did that help?
Right, awesome. You know what? There's a lot there. There's a lot there, but so I think it'll take a little time to set things up correctly. But I'm actually super excited because some of those, the idea of like I think what's super effective. I've been in sales a long time, but and so what I think was difficult for me with this video is it's never about you, it's always about the client. That's kind of like, right, sales 101. And so when you're doing this video, I'm like, oh my God, I'm only talking about myself. This is not how you go about it, meeting somebody. So what I like about that is putting that, I think it's super powerful with their name behind you, their faces up there, right? Because I don't know how you wouldn't click on it.
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
very different. How many copy and paste do you get in your LinkedIn yourself,
Well, yeah, and that you're right. LinkedIn's like 13% on the in-mails, like 13% reply rate, which is terrible
Yeah.
when you think about how much money you pay if you're like a paid subscriber.
Yep.
So I think that's amazing. I think something up. I also think doing where you're like, hey, because I'm thinking about how much I'm trying to do massive lead generation because it's always a numbers game, and I have an established business, but I need to expand some things. I need to scale up, and I'm like, God, I'm gonna get up every day and like do 15 videos. This is bananas. Like, am I really gonna do this? Right? Like, am I really gonna be doing this? But I think with this quick, like, hey, and then you refer to the video that you recorded and it's really great and it's kind of where you want it. I think that's scalable.
Right. Right. No, it is. And it's all about how you position it, because a lot of the times when you record, if you're doing one video to many, you just don't say the name, but have that same value prop, I think with LinkedIn, the reason it's nice when you do those individual ones is because they can see their profile. They can see their background. It's very different. So I think with your email and LinkedIn strategy, I would definitely be the bubble on the screen with their profile and kind of lead into it that way.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Do you guys integrate? I don't know if it really makes a difference. I'm looking at Sales Navigator. I haven't looked at it. I've looked at a couple of videos of, but I haven't did a trial on it. You
Yeah.
can create these lists.
Mhm.
Is there like an efficient way to integrate with Sales Navigator to get that? Is there?
Yeah, you can set it up. It's within their templates where you can set
Okay.
it up and add the video in there. I think we had that set up before, didn't we, with Sales Navigator? It was within their templates when we just added the video within, correct? I believe.
Say, you're talking about LinkedIn Sales Navigator,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but the best practice is that you create the connections first, right, Rob? And
Yeah.
then
Yep. Yep.
send the video. That's the way.
Right,
Yeah.
but like I already have whatever 8,000 LinkedIn first center, first
Yeah.
links. So I mean,
Yeah.
that would be your first place they're already linked to be the first place
Right.
to put
You
some
got it.
out there. It's just
Yeah.
quick.
And a lot of the times too, on LinkedIn, you can do a lot of the posting, value posting. It's something we do as well, where you could do record a video in Dubb and make it about a certain topic within recruitment that you think a lot of those connections would really bring, find value in. And then you can make that recording, post it, on your page and mention, hey, in the pinned comments, you can learn more about this effective method if you're an employer out there. And then that link in the pinned comments takes them to your Dubb page. And then with that post, you could always do a video to those contacts that you have. Hey, this is Renee. I just want to let you know I just posted on LinkedIn. You can check out the video right after this where I talk about A, B, C, and D. So it's really just about visually them seeing something, but then about you bringing some quick value within that as well.
How long is the videos? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So,
Yeah.
marketing guys, consulting firms are like, hey, Renee, like you've got 3 to 5 seconds. Is that going to help? How long when you throw something out to just a general post? Because my understanding is to do this branding, which is super uncomfortable because I come from like do a cold call, jump in a cab and go meet somebody.
Sure.
That's back in the day. And now I'm like, okay, you need to become more relevant because we don't do that anymore.
Right.
So how long on a general posting, not specifically to somebody, but like, hey,
Yeah.
Renee, hey, this is Renee,
Sure.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I would say like we always talk about, and this is something Ruben and Darius mentioned. We all talk about this, the whole team is whenever we make videos like this, what's the hook?
Yeah.
Within the first 5 seconds, why am I
What's
going
the
to
hook?
keep watching this video? And I feel like social posting has really affected business and marketing because it's almost all mixed now. Because,
Yep.
you think about it when you're just on social media, if you're scrolling around, you do one of these and you're like, okay, wait. All right, didn't get to me quick enough.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
that impatient level. So I think within the first 5 seconds, you want to say something of value.
Hmm.
Like what is the point of me sending you this? So if it was an article, could be something like, hey, Renee, it's Rob. I want to share with you this article about X, and X has got to mean something to them.
Mhm.
So that's what I would say. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty
Appreciate
quick.
that.
Yeah. So
And this is recorded, right? So we can go back to this whole thing.
no, Renee, you have to remember all of it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
kidding. No,
I
we'll
got
have it out there.
ADHD.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
we're recording it. So, and if you want to do a test video, we have an email called feedback@Dubb. That's the email. So if you want to record something while you're, trialing out the platform, do a quick hi video, and you can always send it over to us. We can give you feedback if you want to.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. You're welcome, Renee. Thanks for the feedback. All right, so let's see what else we have here. Let's see. Let's see as we're scrolling through. John, hey John, how are you? Good to see you as always. Are there types of backgrounds that you can suggest if a person does not have a green screen or appropriate lighting? Without those, I have found that the virtual backgrounds can be fluttery and somewhat of a distraction. So John, if you want to turn your microphone on, if you'd like to. Hey John,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
Pretty good. How about yourself, bud?
Doing good, doing good. Just getting the week going.
Learning something every day. That's why I keep showing up.
No, that's awesome. We love it. We love it. It's great support too. Hopefully these are, being effective for you.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Everyone on here, I promise you, if you just follow the steps and just keep learning, it comes for sure.
Yeah, I would say, when it comes to the background stuff, if you don't have the because lighting is so important, obviously. And then if you're having that kind of fuzzy feel, I kind of like to keep my hands like within my shoulders, kind of that guide frame,
Okay.
where I don't kind of go out like this and then go into the soup. Because I have 2 ring lights here, but if you have natural light or some ring lights, I just like keeping my hands here. So it kind of helps with that background.
Right.
Now, you don't need a a green screen. I just have a flat background behind me. That usually helps. So with me,
Okay.
I've got the corner of the room here and a little light right here, but you can't see the line
Uh-huh.
in the middle because I'm sitting right in the middle of it. But so if you don't have a flat background, you have a lot of stuff behind you, then obviously the virtual background can be a little, because it's picking up those things right close to your head.
Okay.
So what you could
Okay.
do instead of that is you could do the screen recordings where you're the bubble on the page. So instead of you being the mainstay, you could pull up a website, use the Chrome extension or use the desktop app, and then have yourself as the bubble on the screen with the thing that you wanted to talk about. I would do that instead
Okay.
if that was a issue.
I'm down with it. See, I like what you got going on because you got this 70s mood light thing going on, changing and everything.
It's almost like a
That's
lava
pretty
lamp.
cool.
It's almost like a lava lamp. If anyone remembers
Okay,
those.
because it changes. I'm like, man, I gotta get what I'm in the entertainment business, so I got a green screen and all kinds of stuff, but you still have to make it right because otherwise, like
Yeah.
my head was disappearing and stuff like that.
I just like the simpleness of the setup. That's the reason. I just like the light over the shoulder, that kind of thing. Super simple.
Dude, it
That's
works for
yeah.
for sure. It works.
No, I appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks,
Awesome.
bud.
Thanks, John. So let's see. Who else we've got? Chuck. Oh, he had to run. Thanks for being with us, Chuck. Let's see. Melinda can receive the replay. Where are we putting the replay again? The recording?
We're putting it in YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
But
Okay.
yeah, feel free to reach out through the chat support, then we'll send you the link.
Yeah, so Melinda, I think you're asking about it here. So within the Dubb dashboard, there's a support chat bubble down here at the bottom. So if you click here, you can actually send the team a direct message. The response time is usually about 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it's a little bit longer, but you can actually
Yeah,
request it down over here, and then you can search whatever you want in here as well.
yeah, I've used that. I had another question. So I made a video, because I've seen Darius do it, like say it's a generic video, like a happy birthday video or something, but I want to use it for, different people.
Mhm.
How do I reuse that video, or do I have to put that in the playlist?
You know, if you're gonna say someone's name, you mean like use the same video where you said someone's name and then change the name somehow or something, or what are you doing?
No, Darius is done where he's like, he shows his phone and it says, "Hi, Mary."
Oh, yeah, no.
So So is that or what I've been trying to do, I made a video, it's generic to go to multiple
Sure.
clients,
Yeah.
but I wanted to change in the call to action. I have a specific uh website for them to go to.
Mhm.
So what I've been doing is using that video and I keep changing things and I change the name and then I can send it to them. But now I'm like, oh, maybe it's not going over right. Because if you try to duplicate a video, it
Mhm.
says you got to go to a higher level uh plan.
Oh, are you on the free trial?
No, I have
Uh, the,
the middle one.
oh, the pro? You're on the pro? Yeah, it's pro and then pro plus. So if you're looking to do automations, yeah, that's part of our pro plus plan where there could be messaging that goes out with a campaign. And then if they take a certain action, it triggers something else. So that would be along the pro plus side of things, where it would take them in a different direction. So if you send me the happy birthday video and I click the button below, and that by clicking the button below, that triggered me to see something else or go somewhere else or another response that you would have sent. Because if I clicked on the button below, I could get another video that says, "Hey Rob, thanks for clicking on that," and then it's off on a whole new deal.
Okay.
But if you're making the happy birthday video, you could technically write like "Happy Birthday," um, like this. I'll show you in a second.
And you just send it in the email. You can write that part and then
Yeah, you could just, happy birthday. Well, actually, does this look backwards in the camera or does it look normal?
No.
no, looks normal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where'd you just type that on? Like,
Yeah, so I'll show you. It's right here. So it
is that
is,
in the app or just
yeah,
something
Dubb
else?
mobile app. So right there.
Yeah.
So I'll share my screen so I can show you the whole like quick process. So pretty much you open up the webcam here.
Yep.
Let me get this out of the way. Hold on 1 second. There's so much Zoom stuff in the way. All right, let me get this out of the way. There we go. Okay, click this here. Basic webcam recorder. And then what you're going to do is grab the Dubb mobile app, right, on your phone. This is the home area of the mobile app. Click
Yep.
this button right up here at the top, this little square button right there. Tap that there. Whoops, sorry, wrong one. Right there, tap there, and then you can type. So if you
Okay.
to do, one video to many people, right? but it's not
Right.
in person. You could do the whole happy birthday and leave the name out. And then you could do, let's see, let me put a cake in here. You could do something like that. One of those. Hey, happy birthday. Like one of those where you're not saying their
Right.
name, but it could be in the email and the text above and stuff like that. That makes sense?
Got it. Yes.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to change the, so I have like a digital business card, but then the other one was to learn more, and it's a kind of like a generic video, but I want to keep changing what the learn more uh link is.
Mm-hmm.
Can you still use that same video? And when I send it and I get the new URL from Dubb,
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that, and then after watching this, I'm like, oh Jesus, did this go out right?
Yeah, no,
Uh,
you can always do this. So let me grab, I'll show you what I mean right here.
I
So
mean, it's taking me extra steps,
yeah.
in a way. Like I go back and forth to, I'm using like tiny QR, create, tiny QR URL. So that way I can
Yeah.
kind of personalize, because I do real estate. So I'm just trying to like
Oh, nice.
kind of doing a couple things at once with my cash offers to people.
Yeah, so I think it really like comes down to a couple things. So here's a video that we recorded, right? So if I open this up in a new window, we can see the video with our buttons and all that good stuff.
Yep.
So if you wanted to keep changing one of these buttons, right? Is that what you're saying? You wanted to change this button
Yeah.
for different people? You could technically, if you wanted to, one way to do it, technically, you could come over here in details, right? You made your video,
Hmm.
you could scroll down here. See where it says call to action buttons?
Yep.
You could add and delete. So you could search for that button right in here if you wanted
Hmm.
to add it to this particular video. Okay. But if you want it to stay all the time, right? Like you don't have to keep changing it every time, you could make it part of a preset. So then you just choose your preset. So when you look at a preset, which is just a name for the customized landing page, like here's presets, right?
Yep.
So if we go in here, this is a default one that I have. So anytime I make a video, it's always this one, unless I change it, right? So
Okay.
that means that these buttons will always be on there. So will these playlist videos. And I can change this and save it, whatever I want to do. I can go down here and save my changes, right? But it'll always be part of it. I can
Got it.
individually change those things whenever I want. But if you're finding yourself that for a certain audience, you're always going to have a certain button, then why not just add that button to a preset? Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah. Yep. Because I
So I would
had
just
some and
do
I'm
that.
like, why do these always come up?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really just if you look at who's your two big audiences, like, or who are your audiences that you reach out to?
Uh, Basically my client, like buyers, sellers,
Okay, buyers,
real
sellers.
estate.
So would the change in that button be different for the buyers and the sellers? Is that why you changed it?
No, what I was doing is I have homeowners I'm trying to send them different cash offers. So I get that from a cash offer site.
Got
I
it.
get a link.
Yep.
So
Okay.
when I look at the video, like, and I look at the activity,
Yeah.
it just shows that one video. So I don't know if it's being seen, because it doesn't show me like, oh, I've sent it out 20 times,
Mm-hmm. Well,
you
it'll
know.
show you the do you use Dubb with the CRM, or do you have your own CRM that you use?
So I'm using the Go High Level for
Oh, okay.
these ones I'm sending out. And that's what you were just showing too. And I'm like, okay, I got to watch this video, this replay. So,
Yeah, yeah. Because when you
yeah.
have the with Go High Level, if you do a download of the your contacts with the CSV file, upload it into Dubb, and you just sync the
Yep.
two systems, Dubb and Go High Level. When you send the videos out, you're going to see an email as far as who opened it, when they opened it,
Mhm.
how much did they watch. You'll have all that
Yeah.
contact tracking, and that's really what you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been using it for a while, for quite a while now. So it's just like you've got some new tools and new things. And
Yeah.
so I'm gonna start using it more. And then I've got to basically advertise it more to get people to join.
Yeah, and like they have a QR code like I showed over there. So if you do any kind of physical marketing or you're at events,
Yep.
use the QR code. It's great.
Yep. Yep. All right. Terrific.
Cool. Thanks, Melinda, for the questions. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. And let's see who else we have here. Okay. All right. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Okay. Okay, Roger. Did you do anything to keep it from being backwards? Roger, are you still here? If you're still here, you can turn your mic on. What was that referring to? That question, Roger? If you can hear me okay. If not, you can put it in the chat. Maybe just expand on that a little bit. Did you do anything to keep it from being backwards? Just need a little clarity on that one.
Is it the whiteboard features? I think that's the only
Oh,
thing
the
that we can keep.
text on screen. Yeah, Ina,
Mhm.
thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't, what is it? The mirroring, Ina, I think, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
the mirroring.
So, yeah. What was the way to, you have to go into advanced settings for that, right? I think.
No, not really. If you go and share the video, for example, you're using the Dubb website to record your video, it's in here. So either
Oh, there
mirror
we go.
your video, so it's the other way
Yeah, perfect.
around, and then
Nice.
yeah, go the other way around. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. That's awesome. Great example. Thanks, Ina. Let's see. Let's see. Renee had asked, Renee, have open rates been affected by the recent being concerned? In cold emails, have open rates been affected by the recipient being concerned over viruses or phishing type of emails? Opening the video. Do we have anything on that? As far as that, I might have to ask Darius in terms of that one, but I know our open rates or our deliverability, especially one-to-one, is very high. And also the fact that it's the animated GIF, not a actually embedded video helps as well, right?
Yes, and we also have, if you go to our support site, like the support.dubb.com, or even the chat bubble there, and search for best practices. We have there a SendGrid support article where we show the best practices when it comes to sending out cold or even bulk email. So make sure to summarize this, we need to make sure that your domain is warmed up. Make sure that you set up the DMARC, SPF, and DKIM records. We also have email deliverability score checker here, and also the domain reputation. So once we get these set up, the your email will most likely be landing in the inboxes, less on the spam. There's that filtering going on right now, so people will not get those viruses or phishing type of email. So it's super smart. So we need to do our due diligence as well, and best practices when it comes to cold emails.
Hey, thanks for that, Anna. I'm warming up a couple emails right now. And I'm doing all these system stacks, it's crazy. But so I decided to go with Loxo because they have like a ATS in their CRM. So you're saying, based on your list, I saw that you guys do sync with Loxo. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
So if I use Loxo as a CRM because I have the whole thing set up already, and is the emails going to be sent through Loxo, and then I sync with you guys, and I'll be able to see the stats then on Dubb of what happened with the video? Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. So you just need to
Okay.
download the contacts from Loxo, then with a CSV file, then import it into Dubb.
So you need to import the contacts into Dubb as well, and then
yes.
also in Loxo?
If
Or
you
you're
already
saying I
have
run
your
the CR
contacts in Loxo, then we just need to have the CSV file from Loxo.
Right, so you're running it both. Okay, so if I upload cold leads, it has to upload to both systems?
Yes.
Is that correct? But then the
Yes.
emails are running out of you guys, out of Dubb, or running out of Loxo, the campaigns?
If you send it through Loxo, then through Loxo. We just have the information we just have the data and analytics for the video that you will attach.
Okay, I gotcha. So I run it from there, but the contacts have to be in Dubb, obviously, to
So that both
know. But they
system
don't.
will be in
Yeah,
sync.
I
Yeah.
got you. Okay, I'll look into that a little bit more. But yeah, there's obviously setup stuff. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
Renee, like we said, remember, send us if you want to send a test video, send it over to feedback at Dubb.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'll get some.
Nice. All right, we like it. Yeah, that's what we
Oh,
want to do.
boy.
Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
What was that site again that you just mentioned
Um,
for a
su
video test?
support.dubb.com or just the chat bubble from your dashboard.
Yeah, so
I think you just mentioned a different website for
Um,
sending video for feedback.
oh
Oh,
yeah, feedback
the
at Dubb, the email
email
again. Yeah.
feedback@dubb.com.
Okay.
Yep.
And then how did, I missed you, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that. Um, how do you, I sometimes the screen is reversed when I do the phone. Do you do something special to keep that from happening? You know, it's backwards, happy birthday, but it's backwards.
Yeah, it might be mirrored. So Ina was just showing this right here. So if you're on your basic recorder right
Yeah.
here, Roger, can you see that? Like if I click here, right? So it opens up the webcam.
Yep.
And then this button right here, so this is mirror my video.
Mirror my video.
Yeah, so if I had, I'll just write hi Rob, just so you can see really quick. Let's see. Hi Rob. Okay. Like that, right?
That's
And then if I
correct.
click here, see how it's backwards?
So I probably have the box checked.
Yeah, you
Okay,
probably have it checked.
I got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Are
no
you
problem.
using the basic website recorder or the desktop app? Because there are other
All,
buttons in
all,
the desktop app.
all the above.
Okay.
My phone, I'm using my phone, so the app on my phone a lot.
Okay.
Sometimes with my picture in the video, I'm doing tons of clips that I'm learning how to use. So yeah, all the above.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you're using, I'll just show you this really quick, Roger, just in case, because you said you're using all the above. Let me just show you this. Hold on. Let's see. So if you're using the desktop app,
Uh-huh.
can you see my screen?
Yep, I
You
can.
hit record webcam video.
Uh-huh.
Here's the webcam, right? If you click down here, it goes to see mirror my video.
Uh-huh.
Just make sure you don't have that checked.
Got it. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that way people don't have to read backwards. Try to flip it around. Perfect.
No, I love it. It's been great so far. I actually convinced my skeptical son. I believe he just signed up. So
Oh, great.
you have a second Roger Bittner. He's actually been using it.
That's awesome. Did you use the partner program and send him your link so you get 30%?
I don't know if he did. I don't know what he did. I can't push anything on him. He calls everything a shiny new object. So anyway, he finally tried it and it worked. He was astounded. People opened it and looked at what he was doing.
Great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's what you want. That's
Yep.
such wonderful feedback. And that's the
Nope.
biggest thing.
All good.
Great. Thanks, Roger.
No.
Well, let's see. Looks like we reached the end of the chat there. We're a little bit past 15 past the hour. So thank you everyone for showing up today. Darius will be here tomorrow. We've kind of flipped days today a little bit. So yeah, yeah, exactly. Let me do the hearts too. So thank you for showing up, everybody. Ina and I will be back on Wednesday, right? Wednesday? Yeah, he's doing tomorrow.
Yes.
So in the meantime, feedback@dubb.com if you want to send some videos over, and we will give you the reviews. So have a great rest of your Monday, everybody. Bye.
Bye.